Alright, hello people. I am the dude, and this is Let's Play Eschalon Book 1. And I love the music in this game, I gotta say that right now. I love this intro music, I love the rest of the music in the game, it's just great. Really is. But anyways, let's get this going. Alright, I already did this twice, but Fraps was being a piece of crap and whatever. So I'm gonna do this again. We're gonna name him Lord Harker. The face is gonna be... I think we're gonna be the bald guy. We're gonna be that guy right there. He looks bewildered. Okay, so this is a character selection screen. I put in the name, pick the face. These things right here are, I don't know, they're little bonuses, I guess, that affect your character. The class section right here isn't what you think. It's not like if you pick this, you're automatically a fighter. Or if you pick this, you're automatically rogue. It's not like that. It just gives you one extra skill to start the game with. That's all this is. For origins, it gives you little stat bonuses, as you can see down there at the bottom. We're going to be Rifter because I like that perception and wisdom bonus. The axioms give you little abilities. This one makes you immune to curses, but it also makes you immune to pretty much everything that comes out of the divine school of magic, which sucks. This one is crap. Don't ever pick this one. Druid, it gives you more regeneration when you're outside, when you're outdoors, but it gives you less when you're indoors. The majority of the game is outdoors. I mean, the vast majority of the game, over 3/4 of it is outdoors, so this is well worth picking if you want regeneration. Virtuous just gives you one bonus spell when you start the game. It gives you Bless. Bless is a really cheap spell. It's not hard to find, so there's no point in ever getting this. Also, you're more likely to get cursed with this one, with Virtuous. It says down there at the bottom. But, I never got cursed the last time I played this game. I played it probably a third of the way through, and I didn't get cursed once. So, I don't really care about that. Maybe that happens a lot at the end of the game or something. I don't know. Nefarious. Nefarious gives you basically a second chance to crit when you're doing physical damage. You have a normal chance to crit, and then you have this chance to do malice damage, which is also double damage. So if you're planning on doing a lot of physical damage, if that's your primary form of killing things, then this is well worth it. This one also makes you immune to healing effects. I don't think that makes you immune to your own healing. I think it makes you immune to the priests in towns. But I could be wrong. If it makes you immune to your own healing, that would be something to consider, I guess. Agnostic, it has no benefits and no penalties at all. It's just basically negates this whole section right here. It's like it's not even there. I'm going to be going Druidic because I want the regen. Yeah, I like regen. Classes, I am going to go Healer because I want to start out with Arcane Divination. You get it for free when you pick Healer here. Even if you don't pick Healer, like let's say I pick Magic User and I got Elemental for free, I could still grab it with my skill points. See, now I have the Healer Divination skill. So this really, it's just giving you a skill for free, that's all it's doing. I'm going to do the Healer one. I guess I could go through all the skills real quick. There's a lot of them. I'll try to go through this quickly. Alchemy lets you enchant bonuses onto equipment, and it also lets you make potions. That should be fairly obvious. The Divination School, it's just like any other cleric type school in other games of Magic. You heal, you buff, stuff like that. Elementals, like any wizard type from other games, you throw a lot of nukes and stuff like that. There's some other stuff to these. I'll go into that later. Armor Light, the only reason to even go Armor Light is if you don't want penalties to your sneaking skill. I won't be using sneaking at all, so Armor Light's garbage. Armor Heavy is better than Armor Light, gives you more armor. That's the only difference, is the sneaking. Shields, I won't be using shields because this game uses this weird method of calculating what is in your hands. If you have too much weight in your hands, you can't cast spells. I think the way it works is it weighs out the weapon in your hand, the shield, and the gauntlets you're wearing. It puts all those together, and if that's too much weight, then you can't cast spells. Shields have a shit ton of weight, especially the good ones, so I won't be using shields. I want to cast a lot of spells. Cartography, If you don't have this skill, you won't even get a mini-map in this game at all. With the first point in it, you just see like very vague outlines to stuff, like the walls around a house. Or you'll see, you know, the outline of trees on your map, stuff like that. The more points you point into it, the more you see. That's how that works. Dodge, with each point you have a 1% chance to dodge an attack. And after you dodge, you get a bonus to your hit rating to hit them back. Basically, it's like dodge and counter put into one, kind of. I might get dodge. I probably will. I like dodge. Dodge doesn't require you to have good armor, which is these do, to get the benefits. Hide in shadows, I won't be using it. It just makes you invisible. Lore lets you identify stuff. I won't be using it because in the divination's tree of magic, there is a lore spell that does the same thing as this skill. So I won't be using this. Meditation, it gives you more mana regen, but so does perception. And like I said, whenever I grabbed Rifter, I'm going to be putting a ton into perception, so I won't need meditation. Mercantile, I'm definitely getting Mercantile, because the first time I played this game, when I got 1/3 of the way through it, I was strapped for cash the entire fucking time. I mean, I barely got to buy anything. It was ridiculous. So I'm definitely getting Mercantile. For whatever good it does, it has to be worth it. Let's see. Move silently. I guess it works with hide in shadows to make you invisible or some shit. Like I said, I don't really care about being invisible. I'm not a rogue. I'm not doing that kind of crap. Picklocks. There's several different ways to get into locked chests in this game. You can use this skill, which I won't be doing. You can bash open locks with your weapon, which has a chance to break the weapon, which gets rid of the weapon for good. It just disappears. But you can use shitty weapons that you'll find, you know, littered around all the place to break locks, and then you don't have to worry about it breaking the weapon. And the third way is in the elemental tree of magic, there's a picklock spell. I will be bashing locks with shitty weapons, and then eventually I'll be using the elemental picklock spell, so I won't be using this skill. Skullduggery, it lets you disarm traps. I will just be basically getting stabbed in the face and exploded and, you know, poisoned and all that stuff by traps because I won't be using this skill. You're really strapped for skill points in this game, so if you get a lot of these skills, you'll run out and you'll have a really shit character, basically. That's why I'm ignoring most of these. Plus, most of these aren't necessary either. Spot hidden, I might can't talk today, fucking hell. I might put a few points into this. I'll probably get, you know, the skill book eventually, or maybe there's a trainer, something like that. I'll probably put a few points into it eventually. It just lets you find hidden items and chests and stuff like that, and doors. Also, perception gives you a chance to spot hidden even without this skill, and like I said, I'm going to put tons into perception, so I should have a good spot hidden chance even without this. Survival, it gives you more hit point regeneration, and it makes you resistant to toxins. Toxins are rare as fuck, and when you do get poisoned, it doesn't do much damage, and it eventually wears off on its own. Diseases, again, they're rare, and you can get them cured either from the divination school or from a priest in town. As for the hit point regeneration, it's nice, but I probably won't put any points into this, or if I do, it'll be very few. And it'll be later on, when I don't have anything else to get. Out of the combat skills, I don't know, I'll probably get swords or maces eventually. I'm not sure. I might stay a pure caster. I might branch out into the melee attacks. I'm not really sure. Just depends. I'll do it later on though if I do it at all. I'm going to start out focusing on divination, and then, speaking of which, let's put, yeah, sure, 6. We'll put 5 in a mercantile. I'll get dodge. We'll put some points into dodge. I've got 1 point left. I don't think you can use just 1 point. It might save that point. I don't know. We'll see. It might save it for later on. But yeah, that's probably what we're going to do right there. But yeah, I'm going to focus on divination first. I'm going to get that fairly high, get some spells for that. Then I'm going to focus on adding in the elemental tree. So I'll have both schools of magic. I'll be able to nuke really well and buff and heal and stuff like that at the same time. And then after that, I might add in some melee skills later on, because you get really good weapons later on, and it's a shame to waste them completely. So I'll probably get some weapon skill. But yeah, that looks about right. Rifter, Druidic, Healer, Name, Face, Skills. Stat points, I want to focus on Perception because, like I said, mainly for probably the first half of the game, I'm going to be focused on casting spells, and Perception is your maximum mana and your mana regeneration wrapped into one nice stat, which is just amazingly useful for this particular build I'm doing right here. So I'm going to get tons of Perception. I want 15 Wisdom, because Wisdom, you have to have a certain amount of Wisdom to use divination spells. Same thing for Intelligence for elemental spells. So I'll probably get Intelligence to 15 too. And for this last point, probably one in Endurance. Endurance is your maximum hit points and your hit point regeneration, which is always nice. It's always nice to be able to take more hits before you die. Strength, Dexterity, Speed, all three of those are basically based around fighting using these skills right here. I won't be doing that until later on in the game, so I'm not going to worry about these stats right now, those three. Dexterity helps your armor rating, and I think Speed does too. But again, I mean, I'm going to try not to get hit as much as possible. I'm going to be at range as much as possible, so I'm not going to worry about those. Intelligence, Wisdom, and Perception are all where I want them. Concentration, I'm not really sure what the fuck this does. It says it affects everything. It augments many different skills. And then it goes on to say, it is a critical attribute to develop for every character. But it's very vague about what the fuck it actually does. I have no idea. I got along fine without it the last time I played the game, so I'm probably going to ignore it. For the most part. So yeah, that looks like that is my character. I'm called a true druid, apparently. That has something to do with what you pick here, I believe. But whatever, I don't care. We'll go with it. You still have skill points to distribute. Please please press back. Or save them. Yeah, I want to save it. I've got one skill point down there, and I'm just going to go ahead and save it. Yes, I am ready to exit. Some rain and an evil face skull thing. Spooky, yes. Very foreboding of shit that I don't know about. You open your eyes, your head is aching, and you immediately realize you have no idea where you are. Not a good thing. The only thing you can remember about last night is the terrible storm. The black of night cut with flashes of lightning. I like the way they phrase that. The black of night cut with flashes of lightning. That's pretty cool. Then you remember something, movement in the darkness, a shadowy presence. Slowly you begin to realize that you have no memory of anything before the storm. Of last evening. Okay, that was a weird way to phrase that, but whatever, we'll go with it. In fact, you have no idea who you even are. That's not good. It takes much effort before you are able to remember even the most personal information about yourself. Your name. We are Lord Harker. I don't know why I like that name. I use it every once in a while in fantasy games, but yeah, I like the name Harker. It sounds cool. For a moment you are relieved to have remembered anything at all, but alas, your relief is short-lived as you look around and assess your situation. You are standing in a strange house in an unknown location. I kind of ran those words together. Unknown location. Having little more than your name in your possession. Yes. Okay. So, welcome to Eschalon, blah blah, copyright 2007. It's not that old of a game, even though it looks really old, but it's fun to play. I mean, it's definitely old school. I'll tell you that right now. Press F1 for helpful tips. Press F3 for keyboard shortcut. I didn't do that last time. Oh, nice. Inventory stats. Equip magic journal, camp. None of those really matter. They're easy enough to press on the screen. Enter swaps your primary and alternate weapons. I did not know that. Torch, lock. I guess that's auto run. That's a weird way to put it. Walk, lock. Okay. Space passively waits a turn. I knew about that. That's very handy. Tab display tactical grid. I knew about that. That's not as handy. Escape, left shift, force combat. I knew about that. F2 quick save. Apparently the middle mouse button is also auto run. Good to know. Alright, cool. So let's get down to business. There is a chest right here with a crappy dagger in it, which is Not very useful, but we'll put it on anyways. We have no short blade skill. I kind of glossed over short blade because it's crap in this game. Don't get short blade. There's no benefit to using it over the other weapon skills, and all of the short blade weapons are crap. Their damage is horrible. It's just terrible. Do not use short blades. I'm using this one right now because I don't have a choice. But later on, as soon as I find something else, I'm going to be switching to it. Oh shit. There's a lot of reading in this game, which means I have to do a lot of reading, so give me a second, I gotta get some water. Ah, sorry, my mouth was getting a little dry there. Okay. You step outside the walls of the dilapidated house and breathe deeply. The air is humid, still saturated from last night's rain. Although you do not recognize the area around you, it seems strangely familiar, does it now? Okay, we'll go with that. The ghostly remnants of nearby abandoned buildings look overgrown and unwelcoming. You stand for just a minute and take it in, hoping that something will trigger an avalanche of memories to crash through and make sense of all this. But nothing comes to you. Okay, so apparently this place is familiar, but we can't remember anything, is what it just said. Got a barrel here with some torches. Torches are nice. You click up here to turn them on and they light up the darkness. Up here it gives you a night and day kind of indicator. Whenever it turns night, you will know it gets fucking dark. I'll be using torches to light it up. Hopefully it's not too dark that you can't see. I don't think there's an option to change the brightness. I don't believe there is. Compass. What the fuck? Oh. I guess if you're retarded and you don't know that west is to the left, you know, and east is to the right and shit like that, you could turn that on. Yes, we want the phases of the day. Yeah, there's no gamma in this game at all. There's very few options. So yeah, if it's too dark, you know, too bad. I can't do anything about it. Like I said, I'll be using torches to light the way, but other than that, I can't do anything about it. Over here, there is a... This place seems increasingly familiar to you. Yes, you've been here before. Somehow you know this area, yet it is strange. As you become gradually more confident that you recognize your surroundings, you feel as if any remaining memories of your own identity seem to be slipping away even more. Evermore. Evermore? Okay. Right. Whatever. This thing right here, it has stuff in it. Basically, because I picked divination, I get flesh bolt. And because I don't know, whatever I picked, I get some leather sandals, and then some potions. Basically, it depends on what you pick at the beginning of the game, as to what that little, I guess it's a bucket? I don't even know. It decides what that is filled with. Right click to read the scroll, now we can cast Flesh Boil. That'll be our main attack for the first good chunk of the game, till we get, to either get some better attacks, some better nukes, or we get the elemental nukes, which are definitely better. The sandals, we'll put that on. I guess it gives you, yeah, 1 armor rating. And we got a bunch of potions and a note. Lord Harker, you don't know who I am, but I know who you are. I'm sure you are very confused right now. Yeah, but you must gather yourself quickly. I've hidden a few basic supplies for you. Yeah, he tells you about this little bucket thing over here. They are all back near the well. Hopefully you'll remember the secret spot. You need to find a man named Madoc in the village of Eridel. That's actually a really cool name for a fantasy name. Usually I hate fantasy names, but that one's pretty cool. Which is just a short walk northeast of here. He'll know who you are, and he has been instructed to give you a small package upon your arrival. Be very careful, this land has been befouled and is not safe. If you wish to live, I suggest you stay on the main roads and paths. Do not wander. And apparently he signed it E, so I guess his first name begins with an E. The name Madoc means nothing to you, nor does the initial E. With nothing else to go on, perhaps finding this person named Madoc will be your best chance to make sense of this confusion. And our quest updated. Find Madoc. So yeah, I guess that's a bucket. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know. But yeah, the graphics in this game, they're not great, but they're nice to look at, I guess. I mean, they're varied at the very least. We're going to grab this torch right here. Anytime you see a torch stuck on a wall, you can grab it and steal it, and it'll add to your torch count. So we're gonna go ahead and steal that one. We should eventually run into some enemies. Here we go. This is a salamander or something. This is your spells. We're gonna bust out Flesh Boil. We want to cast rank 1. And we're just gonna nuke this guy down. Boom. It looks more like a puff of smoke than it does flesh boiling, but you know, whatever. It was a fanged salamander, and we killed him in 3 shots. We got 8 experience. We gotta get to 1,000 experience to get our next level. It takes a long time to level in this game. You're not gonna get very high level. I think when I quit, my guy was like level 8 or something on my last playthrough. So yeah. If I remember right, these plants right here actually hurt you. Yeah, see, if you step on these plants, they're spiked or something and they hurt you. So just walk around them. Let's see what's over here. A chest with 40 gold pieces. Nice. In this game, if you don't get anything good in a chest, you can reload and you'll get different things in the chest. I will be abusing that quite a bit because if you don't, you just won't get any good loot in this game. It's ridiculous because just about everything is random. So if you just settle for getting shit loot in chests, you'll have no money, no items, no equipment, no nothing. Which is painful. So yeah, I will be abusing the hell out of that. Hello, salamander. And another thing, enemies usually don't drop loot either. Most of the enemies are either monsters or animals. But even the human enemies usually don't drop loot. I'm gonna go ahead and quick save before I check this out. Margot Copper Wand. D702. I rest now with my husband. Gunther Copper Wand. That's her husband, apparently. Of all the things I've lost, I miss you the most. No name on that one. Time erased what was once written here. We're going to kill this salamander over here. We need all the EXP we can get as quickly as we can get it. Oh, he's behind the tree. If you lose line of sight of something, you won't be able to attack them. You have to wait until they come back into line of sight. And with all the trees in this game, very often things will leave line of sight. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, a sword. Okay, we'll keep that. And we'll put the sword on. Because, like I said, that dagger is ass. Yeah, cool, we got a sword. We don't have sword skill, that's why it says unskilled weapon penalty. And we don't have the armor skill for the sandals. That's why it says unskilled armor penalty. Basically, we're going to be complete ass with weapons and armor until we start getting skills into it, which won't be for quite a while. So I won't be using them much. Kara D681. Okay. I will run out of mana eventually, and I'll have to use it. I won't have a choice. But that won't happen very often. Okay, we want him to come out here. There we go. Yeah, as I said in character creation, I want to stay as far away from enemies as possible. Ring of Vigor, plus 5 hit points. Okay, sure, why not? That'll work. Let me go ahead and save. Okay, see, this one had nothing in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to reload and keep checking this barrel until something useful shows up. Hopefully that will happen eventually. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back with an iron longsword plus 1 and 3 gold. I will definitely take that. That is worth keeping. This is a... You see a basic chest constructed of hardwood with bands of copper. Locked, it appears to be a quality warded lock made of iron. This is going to have to be bashed open, like that. So, I will be back after I bash it open, which is going to take a while. I'll be right back. Alright, so while I was messing around, I found out something new. I did not know that you could bash open locks with your hands. As you can see, I have nothing in my equipment slot, right there and right there. I have none of my weapons on, and you can bash locks with your hands. I did not know that. It's taking a while to... There we go. It just dropped in 1%. Yeah, I didn't know that. You take damage from doing it, as you can see, but it works. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and finish bashing this one open. There we go. And there is a torn page, a willow sap, and sulfur. I'm pretty sure those last two were alchemy ingredients. Let's see what this page says. This appears to be a page from an old tomb of alchemy. Would not be recommended under any circumstances. I'm guessing that's the part that's torn off right there. Something would not be recommended. However, one would find that equal parts willow sap as a reagent and sulfur as a reactant produces the most effective form of healing elixir. Okay, so it's teaching us how to make healing potions. With many years of practice, the talented alchemist can craft elixirs with properties exceeding that of even, and apparently that part's torn off too. Yeah, the rest of the text is lost. Okay. So that little middle bit, the part that wasn't torn out, told us how to make healing potions. We don't have alchemy skill yet. We will get it eventually. So that's fairly useful, I guess. Anyways, moving on. Now that I think about it, I forgot to mention these right here. These are explosive barrels. I guess I can go ahead and show you what they do. Oops, wrong thing. See, yeah, I know. I want to melee it. There we go. That's what it does. Kabooms! You have died. As you fall to the ground, you feel your spirit pull away from its fleshy prison. You close your eyes, but for a moment, upon opening them, you see the whole spiritual world around you glowing with energy. You feel at home. Yeah, so that's what they do. We're going to go ahead and reload. And we're back. So yeah, if you're going to attack these little barrels, attack them from afar with arrows or a fire spell or a thrown weapon or something like that. Because if you're up close like that, you go boom. They're really good if you can attack them from afar to use against NPCs like monsters, creatures, stuff like that. But yeah, we don't really have a way to do that yet. We will eventually. What's in here? There's a skeleton right there. Let's go ahead and loot this skeleton. Some leather bracers +1 armor rating, and a potion of cat's eye. I can sell that probably. Or use it for now, might as well. Let's see. If I remember right, somewhere around here. There we go. Is a hidden wall. Don't ask me why that stuck out in my memory, but it did. I remember that one wall from quite a while ago. Let's see, is there anything in here? Doesn't look like it. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I didn't actually point it out on the screen. That's the mini-map, but I just don't have cartography to fill it up yet. So it remains blank for the moment. I will fix that eventually. What does this say? Elderhollow arms and equipment. There's not many arms and or equipment in here, but oh well. Let's see what's over here. Ah, basement. Alright, oh, there's a treasure chest over there. Very good. I have to figure out how to get to there. Entering a dank cellar. The smell of damp, musty earth fills your nostrils as you descend the stairs into the chilly cellar. Underneath the abandoned house, you see many long-legged spiders scurrying across the walls and ceiling. Alright, well, I think I'll go ahead and end the video here. We'll come back, explore this, try to find that treasure chest up there, and just generally finish exploring this little dilapidated town. I'll see you guys next time. A fighter. Now, or if you pick this, you're automatically rogue. It's not like that. It just gives you one extra skill to start the game with. That's all this is. For origins, it gives you little stat bonuses, as you can see down there at the bottom. We're going to be Rifter because I like that perception and wisdom bonus. The axioms give you little abilities. This one makes you immune to curses, but it also makes you immune to pretty much everything that comes out of the divine school. of magic, which sucks. This one is crap. Don't ever pick this one. Druid, it gives you more regeneration when you're outside, when you're outdoors, but it gives you less when Alright, hello people. I am the dude, and this is Let's Play Eschalon Book 1. And I love the music in this game, I gotta say that right now. I love this intro music, I love the rest of the music in the game, it's just great. Really is. But anyways, let's get this going. Alright, I already did this twice, but Fraps was being a piece of crap and whatever. So I'm gonna do this again. We're gonna name him Lord Harker. The face is gonna be... I think we're gonna be the bald guy. We're gonna be that guy right there. He looks bewildered. Okay, so this is a character selection screen. I put in the name, pick the face. These things right here are, I don't know, they're little bonuses, I guess, that affect your character. The class section right here isn't what you think. It's not like if you pick this, you're automatically indoors. The majority of the game is outdoors. I mean, the vast majority of the game, over 3/4 of it is outdoors. So this is well worth picking if you want regeneration. Virtuous just gives you one bonus spell when you start the game. It gives you Bless. Bless is a really cheap spell. It's not hard to find. So there's no point in ever getting this. Also, you're more likely to get cursed with this one, with Virtuous. It says down there at the bottom. But, I never got cursed the last time I played this game. I played it